Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. We are live tonight with Savea and I. She's going to be a little bit late. We got a kind of a technical thing we got to work out, but she'll be signing on in just a couple minutes. She had to restart her PC, and I'm messaging you right now on Facebook. And Maya's on time. Yes, Maya, you are. You get the first banner and quote of the night on the screen. Hoorah! El Presidente's here. That means we're official. Maya, you are like right there. That's amazing. Okay. Just doing a little technical thing. Like I said, Savea's having to restart. And she's messaging me right now. She came on and she was going to do the show at the way she came on. She had to be doing sign language, and well, that ain't going to work too well. So she is going to restart her PC and get going. You know, every few weeks we got to have some kind of crazy technical this or that. I mean, the fewer moving parts, the less things that go wrong, and there's a lot of moving parts to this show in the background. But otherwise, we have a pretty stream on tonight. This is a Strawberry Creek in Idlewild. We haven't played this in the countdown screen for a while. Figured it'd be a nice night to do it. And tonight, folks, we are covering Summer Movies 2025. Some have already come out, but there's a whole lot more to go. This is an annual show we usually do about June, or, about last half of May, and we're on the last Friday of May. We're 48 hours from June. So we're going to be covering that tonight and some other stuff. There's some fun news to share this week, some couple major developments, and some updates that going to be pretty neat to share with everybody. So otherwise, remember, sharing is caring, and I am sharing right now. Hope y'all are too. We've got a few people watching so far, and waiting for Savea to come on. Just waiting. But I am going to do my part, and you're probably going to hear it in the background when I hit the live. Where are you live? There we are. Share. And I'm going to let's title this. We are live for tonight's episode of. I'm actually doing this as we're talking. Late Night Craft Talk. There's some exciting news to share from the past week, and tonight's subject is Summer Movies 2025, period. Share. Okay, did my part, folks. Hope you're sharing too. You're doing your part also. And Maya, missed you guys. Heck yeah, we missed you too. I was at Valley Center Rodeo near Escondido last weekend, and some fun stuff to share from that. And, there wasn't the two of us. We had some stuff to do, so we just went ahead and just, did a replay. And we're going to have a couple more coming up. There's a kayak trip coming up I got to do and some other stuff coming up. But, we're always going to try to be back in live. We're going to try to do a couple pre-record episodes. But anyway, Summer Movies 2025. And Summer Movies, I mean, when Savea gets back on, we're going to talk about this again. But it seems like summer movies are starting a little bit earlier and earlier. And, what could be considered one of those big blockbusters, Marvel movies, started back in March with Captain America: New World Order. I think I just started watching on Disney Plus. I hope it gets better. I'm about halfway through it. I had to stop it. But other stuff coming out, like what was it? The other Marvel movie that came out. I am completely tongue-tied right now. What is that called? Somebody remind me in the comments. But it's getting a lot of great reviews. We still have I think Mission Impossible, Reckoning, just recently come out. I'm a little fuzzy on it. I've been kind of busy. And of course, we have Jurassic Park, Rebirth coming out. Lots of other stuff that's coming out. And we're going to cover that tonight. So otherwise, nice flowing creek right there in Strawberry Creek. I thought I had other shots of Pan, but it's just this, which is cool enough right there. It's a lot of water. Anyway, let us know who is watching. Looks like we're up to about, several more people coming on. And here's Savea. I'm going to add her to the stage. We might do a little reveal, but I will. There we go. There's the reveal. Let's bring it out. All right, Savea, can you hear us?
Yes.
I can hear you. You're back.
Oh my God.
You're laughing. What's up?
Okay, so the reason you couldn't hear me is because my mic was muted.
Usually people just say plug in the laptop, it'll get a start. That's okay.
The first thing Dan did, he came over and he pressed the mute button and it worked.
Thank you, Dan. You saved the show. That's okay. None of us have ever done anything like that. Never. Wink, wink.
Wow.
We're just sharing tonight's show and some of the stuff that's already come out, and like how some of our movies seem to get started earlier. And Maya says, my hubby told me about the ending of the new Lilo and Stitch, and I was so excited to see it, but now, meh. We'll talk about that. Do we really want to tell her the boat sinks at the end of the movie?
Well, we can talk about it later. I mean, it's already out there.
Got it.
Let's
Okay.
talk about it during the show.
Totally. And Maya says, I totally want to see Jurassic Park. Me too. I've not been to the movie theater since before the pandemic. I got some issues, but I'm willing to try it for some of these movies. But, I mean, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs eating people. Big, scary lizard bird things. That's awesome. And Maya says, thanks, Dan.
I know. If Dan wasn't here, I'd have been like, I guess I'm off tonight.
He's Employee of the Month. No, I would think you would have found a way, even if you had to sign with your phone.
Oh, yeah. That could have been an option.
Mm-hmm.
Signing on with the
I'm
phone.
eating granola. All right. 3. Geez, that 10 minutes always goes so freaking quick. 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
I think that I feel that this, I remember when we first started the show and we had 10 minutes, it was just so long.
Well, we've only been doing this for over 5 years. It's some nights it goes kind of quicker, sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the longest 10 minutes is gonna be the last 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Is that Princess Leia?
Yeah.
We have another kitten too. You want a kitten?
I don't need to add to my menagerie that I have here.
Oh, we have another menagerie. The one that we showed a couple weeks ago that we said we had a home for. Unfortunately, the person was going to go to there were some difficulties. He died.
Wait, the person that was going to adopt him died?
Yeah, the one we call Littlefoot that we've been on the show a couple weeks ago.
Wait, Littlefoot died?
No, the guy that was going to go to the kitten was going to go to.
Oh my God.
Which is, it was a shock. It was a shock. He seemed like a super cool dude. So my dad's adopted the cat. He puts it on his lap. I kid you. My dad is a huge diehard Angels fan. And he thinks the Angels play better if the kitten's on his lap. So he's adopted the kitten. The kitten, needless to say, is spoiled as heck. And it just, lots of personality. So it's like, okay, we have another cat. But there's 2 others my mom rescued from a litter of kittens from feral cats that were super sick.
You guys have a lot of cats. I mean, you gotta.
Well, these cats, we do have them, but they're almost never in the house. They're outside. They're doing their cat stuff. They're all fixed, microchip.
Mm-hmm.
The only time we see them and they come in like a couple of waves is dinner time and breakfast. The rest of the time, you wouldn't know we had more than like 1 or 2 cats.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. All right, Maya. Want to see the Queen of the Ring?
I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah. You got 1 minute and 10 seconds. Folks, we are only 1 minute and, well, what's the math here? 10 seconds. 50 seconds from countdown.
Hopefully my water fills in enough time.
Hope so. I hope you can do a countdown from not looking at the screen from a distance.
That'll be interesting.
Just go 1 Mississippi and then, the rest of it. So, folks, we're about to start. Here we go. Fun is going. Coming. Whatever the direction I meant. Okay. Countdown. So she's getting water. She's either going to drink it or pour it on herself and grow.
Okay.
Is that a new dress?
Yeah. Well, it's not new. I've worn this before.
Okay. Yes, Maya, they're all house cats. Good time. Ready, say? Countdown time, folks.
Yeah.
Get ready to count down with us. 10.
8.
7.
6.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1.
one.
No
Woohoo!
time and alarm and everything. It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Abea Kamori Yang and James Hermes. On tonight's show, upcoming summer movies 2025. My wife asked me if I wanted to watch Doctor Strange for movie night, but I said no. I had stranger things to watch. It's time to start the show. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm sick. You do this, you give me dizzy.
I'm sorry. It's just the way life is, right?
You are a disruptive influence.
Okay.
Bad. Hold your hand out. Hold your hand out. Hold it over here. Hold it over here.
You missed.
And I'm brain damaged. You're picking on me.
Oh my God.
Mission statement.
Okay, so welcome everyone to Late Night Craft Talk. We are a weekly show. We generally try to be live whenever we can be, and when we can be live, we are live. We do our show every Friday night from 9:50 until 11 p.m. every Friday. And we do the show to promote our businesses, one. And then also we do it to help possibly expand your mind and talk about all kinds of things. We get guests on. We have to get some guests on. We haven't had guests in a while. So it's pretty much been the Savea and James show. But so that's us. And if you like the show, please like and subscribe our Facebook pages, our YouTube channels, our Twitch accounts, our Instagrams, our social media. Follow us because that will make it really awesome, because, we're here to be here. So welcome, everyone. Hey, everyone. So let's find out what's going on with Elk Rock Traders.
All right. We were at Valley Center Rodeo last weekend. We had a couple people come up, well, watch the show. And I was like, thumbs up. That's cool. That's getting to be a good rodeo. They get mostly local riders. They use local stock contractor, but that's getting to be a good rodeo. I watched it go uphill over the last 10 years we've been doing it. This is our 10th year. So for some shows we've been doing almost 30, it's might be a little bit of a short newcomer, I guess. But it was good. And compliments to Martina Day who was in charge of vendors. She did well. They are not afraid to experiment with some of their setups and some of what they do. And sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. More often than not that it does. And they do well. And my congratulations and thanks to Valley Center Rodeo and Stampede Committee to put it on. You do a great job. And bring back that Friday night band. They rocked it. They have a dance after each session of rodeo on Friday evening, which is pretty dang good. But that Saturday night band, they got that crowd going. That was a heck of a show they put on. And I don't remember the name of the band. I wish I did. I had the sensory thing, which kind of went off a little bit, but we were we were one of the closest vendors at the stage, but that got that crowd just rocking and having fun. And also, hoorah, a lot of Marines from Pendleton go there and love talking to them. They share some good stories. So thumbs up. We were Valley Center Rodeo next weekend. We will be, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Look for us at Mission San Luis Rey Powwow in Oceanside, California, the old Spanish mission. They brought the powwow back after the pandemic for the first time last year. They're bringing it back this year. We will be there. Look for us. Have fun and powwow. And that's what's going on with Elk Rock Traders. Hey, Savea.
Yeah, James.
I heard a rumor.
You heard a rumor?
I heard a rumor.
Okay.
And it involves Dancing Bear Knee Trader.
Oh, really? What's the rumor?
I think you better update people about this rumor.
Okay, what's his rumor?
I don't know. You're just supposed to fill in the blank there.
Okay. Well, just so you guys know.
Oh, hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Caroline. So we have a class with Cheyenne tomorrow. We're doing the beaded earring class. That's going to be happening tomorrow from 2 to 6. There are still spots available. So if you do want to participate in the class, you need to just show up or call in the morning at 10 a.m. and ask to sign up. We have enough students to make the minimum, and then we had a few more students sign up today. So the class isn't sold out, but there is still room. So you just need to, like I said, call the store in the morning and see if you can get on the list. So that's pretty exciting. Secondly, graduation stoles. If you want a graduation stole, hurry and order. We have been working through making all the last grad stoles for this year. And we're pretty caught up. So we're just a few more that we're working on. So if you need a graduation stole, right now we don't have anything ready to ship. We have to actually sew them. So put your orders in right away. And additionally, James doesn't know this. We're going to be putting together some kind of like cross promotion with Brooklyn Boys Pizza for San Luis Rey Powwow, because the pizza place is like 10 minutes away from the powwow. So if you guys want pizza and you're at the powwow, we're going to be delivering pizza to the powwow, which is pretty awesome. We're going to be running back and forth from the powwow to the pizza place. So we're pretty much going to be doing deliveries to the powwow all weekend.
I can powwow, talk to customers, and have a Brooklyn Boys pizza.
Yeah.
The world just got a better place.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So we're not an official food vendor. I didn't even think about it until last weekend. I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this? So next year we will set up as a food vendor, but this year we're going to be getting help from our really good family friends, and they're going to be going around taking orders. And we're going to be delivering them to the pizzas to the pizza place. So to the powwow. So it's going to be kind of cool.
Come to the powwow. See, look for us at the powwow, and look for Civic carrying a bunch of pizza around. I thought you were going to do like a cross promotion where you're going to do like dancing Brooklyn Boys pizza traders.
Interesting.
Or Brooklyn Bears.
I say we're going to cross promote. We're going to give out coupons or some kind of special deal if anyone buys pizza from Brooklyn Boys during the powwow.
I wonder if we can invent a new social dance. Like, you heard the boots and hat special during a round dance.
Mm-hmm.
We got the owl dance, pizza dance.
Pizza dance, yes.
The arena's round like the how arena's round like a pizza.
Yeah, so people stand where all the pepperoni are.
There's a boots and hat special, which is a real thing. I love it. I've done it on a trip house I've run with the boots and hat special. You probably see it. Yeah, you've probably seen it at the ASU powwow.
Yeah.
Pizza dance.
Yeah.
I will have to consult some friends.
Okay.
We will do this one day. I used to do this thing called broom dance.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a YouTube video and I brought a couple pals as AD at. And, the band, somebody would have to, a girl would be hide in front of the man and she had to block the broom from the person holding and touch the broom in the arena. It's a hell of a fun. Pizza. Have to deliver the pizza. Pizza delivery dance.
Maybe what we do is we just have everyone pick up their pizzas at your vendor space.
I'm going to have to explain that to the committee. Hey, everybody's got to have an angle. Crack Pizza in association with Brooklyn Boys Pizza. We're going to become a temporary outlet for Brooklyn Boys.
I know, right?
Never thought I'd see that coming.
No, I think you probably would have to explain something to the committee, and that would be a good idea.
That's on you, girl.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Announcements of the week?
Those are the announcements.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I got an announcement.
What's your announcement?
I took the NREMT Tuesday.
Oh, How'd you do?
Okay, folks, this is a good story. All right. We mentioned on the show, the NREMT is the National Registry of Emergency Medical Technician, national exam to take it, so you can qualify to register as a EMT, which is kind of the base level of healthcare workers. But those are the people that go over and ride around the ambulances and assist paramedics, that's a 2-year program. Wow. It's a big deal. It's a tough test. And I've talked about it, and I've actually been putting it off. I took the EMT class 2 years ago, been putting it off and putting. What is that video playing in the corner? You see that?
There is no video playing in the corner. Are you having an imaginary situation?
No, I'm going to remove it. It's from the opening credits. I'm removing the video. That was weird. Anyway.
It wasn't playing on our screen.
No, it wasn't. Thank God. But it was in the corner. I was like, what in the world? Anyway. So it's a tough test. And I've been putting off, and I finally went, hey, I've got to take it by the end of May, or I got to take the MT class over again, and don't want to go do that. So I scheduled it out. I have been studying every day for at least 2 hours for dang near a month. And finally, the class is coming. I've been taking practice tests, studying up on it, and went in and took it Tuesday morning of a place called Pearson View Testing over in Palm Desert. And it's about a little background. This test is a adaptive test, computer adaptive test with the algorithm that says if you answer some of this right, then we're going to ask you questions about this. It asks you questions between operations, protocol, legal, medical, trauma, medical terminology. It's across the board. And the question, you have 2 hours to answer it, and it can stop at a minimum of 70 questions, or it can go all the way to 126. It's adaptive depending on how much you learn. There is about a 65% pass rate on this test. So the odds are slightly in the favor, but it's a tough test. And it's also vaguely worded. I heard warnings about that. It is vaguely worded. It's designed to throw you off. So I go and I take this test. I get a lot of questions based off protocol and procedures, operations, instead of like medical. It asked me a couple of questions and then did that. I'm like, and it asked me stuff that I did not recognize. I'm like, what is this? I've never heard this before. What is that? Well, come to find out, after I took the test, I Googled it. The test was revised and a new edition put on, a new test, a new version, the beginning of April. I did not know that till after the test. It went to 70 questions. I was like, what in the world? I walked out there going, what in the heck was that? And those questions. Looked it up and went, oh, I didn't even know this. There's a new version with all these other things that are being emphasized. And I'm like, great. And I walked out there. When I read that, my heart sank. I was like, I bombed this thing. At 70 questions, you either did really, really well or you bombed the test. And I'm like, it cut off at 70. And I'm like, so I went, damn, I can retake the test once, maybe a third time, but I know once in 2 weeks, I'll just study this other stuff, look it up. It is what it is. And I'm just going to the stress is enough. So that was it on Tuesday morning. Fast forward to Wednesday morning. You get the test results between 1 and 3 business days afterward. Folks, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, Wednesday morning, for no particular reason. I wake up, turn on the light.
I think you were anticipating you were getting your test results.
Probably.
That's why you woke up at that time.
Or I just woke up. So I wake up. I'm like, I'll check my email. I'm awake. Try to go back to sleep. I check my email. I see this in the email. I stood there. I'm in my bed. I'm looking at it, and I saw this. Congratulations on earning your National EMS certification. And I'm like, my reaction is, how? Yeah. I sent that
James messaged me at 3:21 in the morning.
3:21 in the morning, along with a few other people. Mind you, this is just before 3 o'clock. I'm sitting there for couple minutes going, how in the hell did I pass that test? I actually went over to my desktop, logged into the NREMT.org, looked at the results, and I went, I did pass it. I didn't misread the email. And I'm like, I am, this is me for like 10 minutes. Is this really happening? I passed the damn thing? How? I stumbled the hell through that thing. So yeah, I passed. And shocked the hell out of me. Talked to a couple other people. Yeah, I messaged Savea because I was kind of excited. I'm like, I did it. I did a smart thing, which means my one brain cell allotment of the week is completely blown. So yeah, I'm officially back in the medical. I'm once I finished the credentialing, I went in and got the live scan fingerprint yesterday for the DOJ and FBI background check. You don't hear that too often from people. Re-upping my BLS, which is basic life support certification this Monday. And I sent in the credentials. And by this time within 2 weeks, by this time between the end and a week later of the end of next week and a week later, I will be officially licensed healthcare worker and I'll start volunteering at clinics.
Yay.
So I'm officially back in the game since the first time since 97 or 98, a few years ago. So yeah, it happened. So with that, Savea, you ready for this part? You ready for this part?
What part?
Let's see if I can jog your memory when I introduce it.
Oh, you're talking about that thing? I have
That
nothing
thing.
ready. I have nothing ready.
Can you improvise something within 25 seconds to 30 seconds? I want you to see if you catch on. Okay, folks. Now, in the vein of thinking I am back in the medical field, people that do this are new. They're excited. They want to get over-involved, and they overestimate their knowledge, and their enthusiasm gets ahead of themselves. So on that vein, we're going to do a segment of the show tonight called Ask Not Really not a Doctor, James. Okay. I will answer your medical questions with answers that I would not consider sound medical advice because not a Dr. James will answer it with lots of confidence and overestimating his skills and knowledge. And with that, folks, put in the comments, ask your medical questions.
Let me run and get something. I figured I'm going to do something, but it's going to be a little different than what you had suggested. Okay.
We'll go with it. Okay.
Okay. So right back.
Right now, we have lots of viewers on right now. Ask your questions. Matter of fact, those other papers weren't supposed to fall from there. I'm going to address the part being the overconfident entry-level, shoulder still hurts, entry-level medical health worker that because he passed a test, he took a 10-week class and then waited 2 years to take the tests, and he's not even licensed, but he's way ahead of himself. In that vein, and y'all see me do medical episodes, I have like a 20%, which is better than 19% accuracy on information. And probably by the time I start practicing, I'll have a 42% survival rate. I took statistics. I know this stuff. So folks, if you want to go ahead and just ask right there, I'm in my medical coat. And just to make it official, I'm going to wear the Smart James hat. So, but to balance this out, not only should we give medical advice because we are internet stars. We also need to balance this out with the practical vanity, not only with practical bad medical advice that you can find on the internet. We need to parse this.
I'm going to be giving out ultimate Disney advice.
We need to do this. So to bring our best of our talents, Savea is going to give unsolicited Disney advice while I give inaccurate medical advice. Are we ready, folks? Let's get the questions coming in. All right. Okay, I think this is the question. We have it coming in from Maya. Did you eat lot of the best in the world tacos to celebrate this awesome accomplishment? Not really a medical question, but I'll treat that as a medical question. You can actually get better if you eat tacos with omega-3 acids, fat from fatty fish like tilapia, which is more salmon. So you can do that. Eat smart tacos because it's got cholesterol and the brain, and there's actually some accuracy to this, and the brain needs cholesterol. So if you eat lots of greasy tacos with omega-3 fatty acids, you'll get smarter. Matter of fact, by the time you finish the third taco, maybe the fifth, you will talk in complete sentences and actually say the exclamation point or period at the end of the sentence. That's accurate medical advice. And
Well,
with that, on that vein, with related to that question, what's the Disney advice?
my advice is that you have to go to Disney to really get a really good taco because they only have good tacos there. Like no one else has tacos at all except for Disneyland. Do you know this?
We do now.
Yes. And I wanted to tell you there are several restaurants that I can tell you about. Okay. The restaurant that I would go to for tacos would be okay. I'm looking for the name because this is why I'm giving you the worst advice. I don't know the name. So there is a Mexican food restaurant
Tacos.
in Frontierland, and they're the actual restaurant that developed the Doritos, just so you know. They were invented at Disneyland. Okay, so tacos from Disneyland.
Tacos. All right. Our next question from Carol Ann Blackwood. Do you carry a first aid or medical box in your car? Matter of fact, I not only carry in the car, I carry it on top of the car sometimes too, which means it might slide off. So you need to watch it on there. So you should probably put it in the car. That would be the best practices. Do I carry one? Yes, I do. What do I keep in that? Well, I can probably show you, but I will tell you because it's in the car or the bed of my truck. But I carry Band-Aids. You might get a cut. I carry a stethoscope because you never know when you might need to listen in on somebody's lungs. And but things you should probably carry in your personal first aid kit that I do mine. You can carry, of course, Band-Aids, some bandages, Neosporin, but other things you might want to do that's so easy to use. You can carry a small hyperbaric chamber. And there's ones that can fit within half the bed of the modern day pickup truck. Hyperbaric chamber, because you never know when you need extra oxygen. They're coming in. Those questions are coming in. Other things you might want to consider is also your own set of x-rays. And get the x-ray glasses that you can usually buy off of, say, a gimmick store, but they say x-ray glasses. It's got to be x-rays. Get the x-rays. And that way you can see through things if somebody's injured. And also carry super glue in case of a gashing wound or abdominal wound in the place of and plastic wrap and duct tape to use as occlusive dressing in case of a protruding organ out of a wound, of a slash in the stomach. And something else to also carry is a small hacksaw in case of you need to perform an amputation, and a bike tire to use as a tourniquet. You never know when these things come. And also, if you want a DIY AED, the automatic external defibrillator, what I would suggest is a 9-volt battery wrapped with copper wire and a suction cup. That will work in the place of an AED. Remember, this medical advice is only for entertainment purposes only. God, I got to say that. And now with that, wondering what you should carry in the first aid kit, what's the answer about Disney?
Okay, so if you feel that you have any kind of problems, you never have to carry any kind of Band-Aids or any of that stuff. You just go to the first aid and they will take care of you. Actually, the first aid is located, if you have the big hub of Disneyland, if you go to the right, you will see that there is the first aid right there. It actually says first aid really large. But you don't have to worry about any kind of medical, because if you need a doctor, they'll actually call a doctor for you and escort you to an ambulance from first aid. So you really don't have to worry about that at all.
Mm-hmm. We have another question. We'll answer a couple more because we're already at 10:24. All right. Maya says, El Presidente, I recently got my x-rays on my shoulder and elbow and have no idea why I have pain. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab my x-ray glasses and I'm going to look at your shoulder. Maya, I need you to take your phone and just point it at yourself.
Yes.
Just point at yourself, Maya. Hold up your phone and just point at yourself with the front-facing camera at you. I'm going to use these X-ray glasses.
These are the Willy Wonka ones, aren't they?
I have no idea. They're a world market for like $5.
I think they were the Willy Wonka ones. I think I remember you telling me that Willy Wonka gave those to you.
Really? No. This is medical equipment. These are X-ray glasses. So I'm going to look at you can probably see the reflection of the screen in the glasses. I'm going to look at your shoulder, Maya. Stick your glasses way up there. Hold it up to your shoulder. Are you doing it? We'll get on to the next question. Okay, I'm looking at it. So, Maya, what I see is that your phalanges is actually connected to the femur in your shoulder. If you don't know, that's the finger and the leg bone. Those are both somewhere. Your shoulder is somewhere in between those as it goes proximal to here. And even though it's superior to the femur, it's in between those two. And what I see right there, that you have the X-ray and you still don't know why you have pain. The reason being you have pain is because that's where the pain's coming from. So that's why there's pain there. And what I would suggest, since you have pain in your shoulder, that you sleep on the other side. If your shoulder's coming from here, it really hurts. Take something heavy, drop it on your foot, and you will no longer feel that shoulder pain because the pain on your foot will be too much. Medical advice for entertainment purposes only. And based on that, what's the Disney answer?
So, Maya, if you're having pain in your shoulder, have you heard of an attraction called the Matterhorn? The Matterhorn is a very popular roller coaster ride that is actually the first steel tube ride in the United States. And also, it is built on a wooden structure that has a half basketball court on the very top. A lot of people don't know that. It's really cool. Look it up. If you don't believe me, it's true. I swear. So anyway, what people like to do is they like to go on the Matterhorn because they call it the chiropractor or the backbreaker. And what you do is you just sit on it when you're riding. You just sit and hold the bars weird, and your shoulder will be fixed immediately. You don't even have to do anything with it. You just go on the ride. Your shoulder will be totally fixed. And then you're like, wow, I just paid for Disneyland and it's fixed my shoulder.
No kidding. All right. We have another one right here from El Presidente. It says, my shoulder hurts too, James. Okay.
Right. Your elbow.
Your elbow hurts because hey, I can read these patient care reports. I'm careful about it. I am a careful reader. I passed the NREMT by that much. Actually, they didn't give you the score. I don't know how much it was. But I looked at that. I know the difference between a shoulder and elbow. That's like the difference between this and that. Medical. Okay. Your elbow hurts too, James. My elbow hurts too much. Okay. If you have pain in your elbow, this is called the funny bone. If your pain hurts while you do this, then don't do that. And what it could be is possibly the end of your humerus, and you have the radius of femur. Huh?
That's attached to the femur.
No, it doesn't attach to the femur. It's an arm, Savea. What are you thinking? So you have the humerus here, the tibia, all the radius and ulna. So what you want to do is, if it's hurting, the humerus is the funny bone. Hold it right here and slap the radius of your face. And you will laugh it off so much in your red face that the pain will be minimized. Not gone, but minimized.
The pain goes to your face, not to your elbow.
Well, it's the same concept as, hey, this hurts, well, step on their foot and it won't hurt as much. They'll be ignoring that pain.
So in regards to answering at Disney, I already answered Disney. You chose to just continue this answer. So we need to go to the next question.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Free chiropractor on Matterhorn. There we go. 2 funny peeps today.
I think this one is the one we should answer.
That's the one I was looking my way up to. Thank you very much. Now, a president asked, what if you found a hurt dog? Would you help it? Of course. I'm trying to make not this a powwow joke. A power joke would be stew, but anyway, a hurt dog, yes. A dog that is hurt. Let's just say yes. I don't want to turn this into a joke. That's kind of a personal thing. What's the Disney answer?
So, just so you guys know, dogs are not allowed at Disneyland. So, you're not really going to find a hurt dog in Disneyland unless it's a service animal. And if there's a service animal that's hurt, of course, you need to bring the service animal to first aid because first aid would 100% take care of that poor sweet dog that is enjoying a wonderful day in the park with its handlers.
I think I understand the context for a question. Smart hat. You do that if you have a canine dog. What I think she's asking is a hot dog.
Oh.
If you have a hurt dog, a hurt hot dog.
Maybe it's a typo. Maybe it says, what if you found a hot dog? Would you eat it?
She just left out the word hot.
I think
if you have a hurt dog,
typos.
I would create a splint, a thing like a cast. But it's because these are kind of, it's a stuffed sausage. You want to have it cushioned. So get a specific bun type that's elongated and put it in there. And it might kind of, it might have a funny smell to it or something. And to help heal it, I would take the healing properties of relish and put it on top of the hurt dog. And maybe some mustard and whatnot. And there, when you look at it, you'll realize that this thing is hurt. And it needs to be put out of its misery. It really does. So what I would do, being that I don't want to pass this responsibility off to anybody else, I would go ahead and eat the cast with all the healing material, the relish and the mustard and the and the mayo and the ketchup, all in one. This is for the patient. And just eat it and devour it and realize it's not so bad. It's not such a bad experience. And that's what we do with the hurt dog.
Okay, so the Disney answer is there's actually a restaurant called Award Wieners, and it's hot dogs at DCA, which is Disneyland California Adventure. So just so you know, there is an actual hot dog shop at DCA, Disney California Adventure, and you can go and eat hot dogs in the park, and they're amazing. They are so good. Let me show you the menu. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. You have, let's see, we have a bacon street dog, which is all beef hot dog with red pepper, ketchup, peppers, onions, bacon, fries. We have uptown chili dog with all beef hot dog, chili, pepper, jack, cheese, corn chips, and fries. And then there's a plant-based Philly dog. It says with mushrooms, onions, peppers, dairy-free, served with the toasted bun. Then they have asada fries, film strip fries. It's pretty good.
Sounds it. Makes me want to help a hurt dog. Maya did put up a clarification that she says, sorry, would you help a capital letters hurt dog?
We answered that question.
We've answered that question.
I just think it was really fun the way we changed it to what we wanted to talk about.
No, I think that's what she meant to ask. Because, we have to evaluate patients, primary assessment, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
Sample history. That's what we found out. Medical.
Yes. Disney. Do we have any more questions? Because I'm not seeing any more.
Nope. I think that's what we got. So, folks.
I want to give more Disney advice.
We'll tell you what. We got one question. Let me see. I got a text message. I actually did. Wow, I did. Okay. Not associated. Sorry, we'll have to come back and visit this. Maybe we'll have another segment of asking not a Dr. James with Disney Surveya, with a Disney perspective. Okay. Moving on. Summer movies. Because we really dragged this out. Sorry, 10:34.
Summer movies.
Summer movies. Okay. Let's look this up. This is one of those ones we're going to explore along with you all. Sometimes we do, and this is serious. We like to we don't like to pre-plan it so much that we actually are a bit more spontaneous in what we discover and look this up. So that's what I am doing now.
What movies are you guys looking forward to? I know that Maya had said Jurassic Park. But there's some really cool movies coming out. I'm very excited about the Karate Kid movie coming out.
The Karate Kid movie?
Yeah, it's coming out this weekend. It has Jackie Chan in it. Jackie Chan. It's not Jackie Chan. I have a friend whose last name's Chen. Jackie Chan. Actually, his name's Jack Chen.
Really?
Yes, I have a friend named Jack Chen. Yeah.
I went to high school with a dude named Roman.
Really?
Yeah, I've mentioned before.
So it has Jackie Chan, and it has Ralph Macchio. So it's actually kind of cool.
Seriously?
Yeah. It has Ralph Macchio in it, which I'm really excited. It's going to be really good. I like that they brought in another martial artist, because I don't think Pat Morita was really known for martial arts, or he wasn't even a martial artist. He just was an actor.
Originally known for Happy Days.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm really excited about that one. And I am excited about Lilo and Stitch. So
what's the thing with Lilo and Stitch?
So, okay. When Disney had a total bomb with Snow White, the reason why they had a bomb with Snow White, which I didn't really want to talk about it a lot, but the reason why there was a bomb is because they really changed the story. They changed the story away from what it was, and it really made a lot of people mad because they loved the movie Snow White. They loved the story behind it. And it's just it's a grim tale, right? It's like one of those fairy tales that it's like timeless. It's not anything about anything political. It's not anything about anything but it's just a pure story of like a princess and a prince and an evil curse and all this kind of stuff, right? It's just meant to be that, right? But when they change it and they make it this and that, and they make it political and this and that's what really messed up the Snow White movie, besides the actress. So anyway, that with Lilo and Stitch, I was very excited because I felt, and I haven't had a chance to go see it yet, and I will go see it because I do love Disney films. I did not go see Snow White, but I do want to go see it because I do really love the story Lilo and Stitch. I really love that story. And I love Stitch as a character. Stitch to me reminds me of my dogs, and just like the whole, how when they're just going through when you have a dog, like they're very much like Stitch, and so I'm excited to watch it because of that, because like I said, I love the story, but I heard on TikTok and Instagram, on Reels and social media, they're talking about, this is a spoiler, so if you guys don't want to hear a spoiler, please go away right now. So
cover your ears.
Yeah, cover your
ears. And hump yourself lightly.
And then when
count to 35.
When we're finished talking about the spoilers, I'll do this. Okay, so spoilers. The end, I heard they changed the end of Lilo and Stitch. So the way that Lilo and Stitch, the movie, the animated movie, ends is that the intergalactic main person finally catches Stitch and says, Stitch, you're going to go back with me. And Lilo's like, no, he's mine. I bought him. He's mine. I paid for him, right? 'Cause like she adopted him at the shelter. And basically at the end, the Stitch's creator and the kind of assistant, or the person who was helping them catch him, and then Nani, who's Lilo's older sister, and Cobra and Bubbles, who's the CPS guy, they end up all joining together, and they are protecting Stitch or taking care of Stitch, and they become like a big family. So it's like an Ohana. And the whole storyline of the whole movie, throughout the whole movie, is Ohana. Ohana means family, meaning no one gets left behind. Okay. That was the whole story, the whole moral through the whole film is Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind. That has been the storyline forever for this story. And so at this point, this movie, they changed the story so that Nani, after fighting to keep Lilo from CPS, gives Lilo to CPS so she can go study marine biology in Montana.
Marine biology in Montana?
Yes.
Hawaii has one of the best
right
biology programs anywhere.
Can't she study marine biology in Hawaii and still have her sister around?
Montana?
Yeah, it's like Montana or Wyoming or some place. I don't know. It's some inland place.
Well, there is an old song. I forget who sang it. God help me. I forgot who sang it. I usually love the singer, but there's an old song that says, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona. I don't know, extended all the way up to Wyoming or Montana.
Yeah. I heard it was like inland. It was an inland. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I haven't read up on it, but it doesn't make sense that she would leave Hawaii, leave her sister alone, leave Stitch after they just like went through that whole ordeal. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, it's like going to Alaska to study tornadoes.
Yeah.
Instead of Oklahoma. Okay.
So anyway, that's my feeling about Stitch, Lilo and Stitch. I will, like I said, I will go watch it. I haven't had a chance to. I've been so busy at the store. I am planning on going to watch it, but those are my feelings about. I'm kind of feeling like, man, don't mess with the story. It's like everyone loves it because of that storyline.
I think I'm gonna go to Georgia to study earthquakes.
Yeah. Anyway. So anyway, that's the whole thing about Lilo and Stitch.
All right. From Rotten Tomatoes, I have summer movies lined up.
You can join us now.
All right, folks. Yep, bring it. Come on in. All right. I have lined up a list of movies that are coming out over the summer. And one's already come out already, but we're going to talk about because it is summer movie season. And we're bringing it out from Rotten Tomatoes. We're going to look at this. By the name. We're a well-respected website. So first one we have is Thunderbolts. Have you seen this?
This is about the reject anti-heroes, right?
Yeah, it's like Marvel's version of Suicide Squad.
It's supposed to be Marvel, I think. Yeah.
And I love Suicide Squad. I love that movie. The second one, not the first one. But this one, I mean, it's getting some rave reviews. A lot of people, I've known two people see it and they said it is good.
Well, David Harbour, yeah, he's in it. He was in Stranger Things, and he was also the guy with the horns.
Unicorn guy?
The red guy with horns. No.
Bad guy with horns.
Yeah, David Harbour was what character? The red character.
Yeah, Hellboy.
Hellboy.
The newer one?
David Harbour was Hellboy.
Yeah, I'm used to the guy that from Beauty and the Beast that did Hellboy originally back some years ago. I tried watching the new Hellboy. Not impressed. But Daniel, thank you for the information. You saved the show twice tonight.
That's Ron Perlman.
That's Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman was the also played Hellboy before this guy did.
He did.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like those ones better.
But David Harbour is known for Hellboy.
Okay.
Also, he's also known for Stranger Things. And he also was in the Santa one. The Christmas one where he was the disgruntled Santa and he like kills someone with a candy cane in the eye.
Wow. Maya just said Ron Perlman was also in Sons of Anarchy, SOA. I loved Sons of Anarchy. Oh, I well know it, and how Jax killed his stepdad. I'm not giving away anything major there. Okay. Sebastian Stan, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. That's cool. She's aged well. You know, she's from Seinfeld. And lots of other things. Harrison Ford, of course, everybody already knows he's playing the Red Hulk. I just started watching this on Wait, Harrison Ford's in Thunderbolts?
What?
Yeah. It says Harrison Ford. There must be a cameo or something like that. I know he plays President Ross.
Oh, well,
General
yeah,
Ross.
because he was actually the president that turned into Red Hulk.
Yeah, in Captain America: New World Order, which I have to finish watching that because that just came out a couple of days ago on Disney Plus. Should we go next movie?
So Santa Claus it's called Violent Night.
I'm interested already. Here's the Surfer, released May 2nd. Let's you skip this one.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna skip some of these because they're doing a complete list. Friendship trailer. That looks like that's Paul Rudd, really, and Tim Robinson.
Oh, I love him. He's so cute.
He's one of those guys that ages too well too. Also, whatever.
He's
yeah,
only aged well
by?
With time. He had a real like baby face when he was like younger, and now he has like more of like a thin face.
I liked him in Anchorman.
Yeah,
and he looks about the same. Was he the guy that says like the cougar after the cougar aftershave with some funky name, and he says it works 100%. 20% of the time, it works every time.
Turn this.
Okay, so friendship
outside and causing my snitches focus.
I hear that. Friendship. You've seen Tim Robbins. Well, there it is. And it's supposed to be a comedy, a dark comedy, apparently. Let's see what else we got here. We have. Let's scroll to something we can look at. Final Destination Bloodlines trailer. I'm a fan of the Final Destination movies.
Did you hear about the Final Destination? Did you hear about the Final Destination promo they were doing?
No.
They had a trailer driving around with logs on it.
Are you really?
It's a Final Destination, and there are these logs. I'm like, oh my god, this is hilarious.
Wow, that's creative and ballsy. I'll say that.
Yes, and let me tell you how many times I didn't watch the Final Destination, but let me tell you, I know about it, and I do not drive behind trucks that have sticks falling out of them, or sticking out of them, because I'm too worried they're gonna fall out and hit me.
Oh, their insurance is paid up well on that one. Maya says my hubby wants to see Final Destination. I just like the premise. There's so many things they can do with it. Yeah, it's a horror movie thing. All right, next one, because there's a few, and we've already at 10:48. Ooh boy, Lilo and Stitch. Should we even talk about this? We already have.
But it did much better than Mission Impossible.
Did Mission Impossible bomb?
Lilo and Stitch did much better than Mission Impossible.
Wow, and Mission Impossible has been doing that because that's the next one.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, look it up. We need to know, did this bomb or not? Because it got a lot of promotion. I watch a lot of TV, but I've seen lots of advertising on TikTok and YouTube. And this is supposed to be the last of, I believe, Final Dead Reckoning teaser trailer. So the last of these, as we've watched Tom Cruise age through the years.
So listen to this. In the recent Memorial Day weekend, Lilo and Stitch's live-action remake significantly outperformed Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning at the box office. Lilo and Stitch domestic 4-day opening was a record-breaking $192.7 million.
What crap!
And earned a total of $361.3 million globally. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, while also a series best, opened with 79 million domestically and 191 million globally.
That's not bad.
But
bigger.
They're saying that Lilo and Stitch significantly outperformed. It's true because like over 100 million more, plus more. And internationally, almost double that. That's
go Lilo and Stitch. Does that one? Let me look. Did that have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it?
Lilo and Stitch? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Zach Galifianakis, really? Okay. So the next movie we have, we're starting to get ones that have not been released yet. Fear Street. Should we skip that one?
Hey, wait a second. Carol Ann, I think Carol Ann watched it. Did you feel that the movie ending was handled in a good way? Because I'm really curious because Carol Ann saw Lilo and Stitch. And I'm really curious to hear what she has to say about
Gotcha.
that.
By the time we get this, because it's about, she should be reading it about now with a delay, with a 14 second delay. So by the time she types something, we're going to have probably about the minimum 30 seconds before she comes something. So we'll go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, James.
I was just wondering. Well, she's responded. I thought so. We're going to wait for another response from Carol Ann. That one.
That's not very clear. Okay. So do you want to continue with the movies?
Yeah, let's go ahead and come back to that. Let's go ahead and bring.
It looks like the next one's Karate Kid. Yay!
Karate Kid Legends. There's no that Jackie Chan looking old.
It came out today. I know Jackie Chan has gone so old.
Kidding. Ben Wang, Mi Young Ning, Joshua Jackson, Ralph Macchio is in it.
Yep.
So that's cool. Coming out today.
Yeah.
So that's one that's I know that's got some a lot of anticipation, especially people that like to go down memory lane of the 80s from the original Karate Kid movie.
Mm-hmm.
So next we have coming out is the Phoenician Scheme. Have you heard of this?
The what? Phoenician Scheme? No.
It's got Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, really. Wes Anderson directed it. A story about a father-daughter relationship that is further threatened by the trials and tribulations faced by their family business. That's all it really says about it. Tom Hanks, really.
Well, Tom Hanks can be whatever. He's in art films now. He's not even doing anything to make money. He makes so much money.
Oh, he's done it. He's done his
Did you
thing.
see the Auto movie he was in?
No. Oh, I'm aware of it. I did want to see it, but it's Netflix, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix right now. But yeah, he can do whatever he wants on this one. So this looks like it's going to be kind of funky out there. Wes Anderson's.
It's like an art film.
Yeah, art film. This is art film. Bring Her Back. So we also have coming out in June. June is this Sunday. We have The Ballerina. I think I've heard about this. Keanu Reeves. Oh, I have heard about it. Keanu Reeves is in it. Ian McShane, Lance Reddick, Norman Reedus. The only name I recognize in there is going to be Keanu Reeves.
It's a spin-off of a John Wick. So
okay, yeah, I see that. That's where I recognize it from. I'm a fan of the John Wick movies. They got progressively more ridiculous, but they're still fun. Though I love the fight with oh God, why do I think Whitney Houston? She played Storm in the original
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. I love the John Wick. I believe it's Parabellum. Halle Berry, her two German shepherds, and Keanu Reeves. The firefight they got in with the bad guy, that was pretty badass in John Wick and Parabellum. Okay, so The Ballerina. I like it, but some people are saying it's but critics. Everybody's got to be a critic. So if you're a fan of John Wick, you're probably going to want to go see that. Now we have The Twists.
Looks like The Twits.
The Twits. Not The Twists. Animated film adaptation inspired by Ralph Dahl's 1980 children's novel of the same name. Netflix The Twits follows two orphans on a mission to best Mr. and Mrs. Twit, a mean-spirited couple who play pranks on each other and omit crimes with their trained animals, which is going to be commit crimes. What's that?
But it's weird. It says how to train your dragon. That's weird.
Yeah, I think that's
the wrong picture.
I didn't scroll down far enough. How to Train Your Dragon. I've never really watched any of them.
So those ones are kind of interesting. They're kind of doing, Dan described it as they're kind of doing their own version of a Lilo and Stitch, where they're doing a live action of an animated film.
Okay.
They're having it animated like a Toothless, which is the dragon. They're doing a animated Toothless, but they're having it with real people.
So this isn't down a deal of like a bearded dragon
No.
or a Komodo dragon.
Toothless is an all black dragon.
Like Game of Thrones dragon?
Kind of a cute dragon.
Okay, so like the one dragon dude thingy from Disney.
Like Pete's dragon.
Huh. Yes.
No, he's like you can see him. He's not an invisible dragon.
So it's not like a Puff the Magic Dragon thing either.
No.
How about the never ending story dragon thing?
No.
Okay. We'll just say I'll pretend it's a Game of Thrones dragon. All right. Those have gotten popular. So we also have coming up. Have you heard of this one? Elio?
I think I have.
It's Pixar.
Yeah. I saw a preview for it, but I haven't really paid attention. I have to look into it.
It focuses on an 11-year-old boy named Elio, of course, who is inadvertently beamed into space and is mistaken to be an ambassador for Earth on another planet. Okay. That sounds fun.
It's probably
Here
really
we go. 28 years later. I'm a fan of the concept. This is you had 28 days later, when I think it was 28 weeks later or 28 months later, whatever. And now 28 years later, based off of zombie apocalypse type thing. I heard it's great. Great concept. I've never seen the movies. I've actually been wanting to. I like the idea of it, and they do this, and it's gotten some praise on this. So this one's pretty anticipated. 28 years after the start of the zombie apocalypse. But what are they going to do when it's 280 years later? Got me? Okay. We're
28 decades later.
Let's just jam through this real quick because we only got a couple minutes. Megan, not looking. F1. A lot of people are looking forward to this. An old race car driver being Brad Pitt.
Because he's old now.
If this is anything like Moneyball or some of the other stuff he's done, it should be pretty good. I like Moneyball. Okay. Jurassic World Rebirth. I want to see this. Look at that. Big old teeth. Big old dinosaur. T-Rex. Big old teeth eating things. What's not to love? It's a nature documentary. Not really.
No.
Jamming through. Are you a fan of the new Superman? Want to see that?
No.
I don't know. I mean, they're bringing out Crypto. I didn't like Crypto in the cartoon.
The dog.
Yes.
I'm surprised they waited so long to bring Crypto back.
Have you seen it's got Nathan Fillion in it? I love him in The Rookie. Interesting. Okay, so it's got my interest, but always comes out on streaming.
Oh, James Gunn directed it. That'll be interesting.
He's done well on some stuff.
Yeah.
I love one of the Suicide Squad movies. Smurfs trailer. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
The Fantastic Four. Are you a fan? I don't know whether they're going to take it. I know it's going to tie in with the next Avengers movie, but
you know what though? They keep doing. I feel like they constantly have to redevelop the Fantastic Four like all the time. Like they keep revamping it and revamping it and revamping it and revamping it. I mean, how many times are you going to do the same movie?
I watched the one a few years ago. I think I lasted 20, maybe 2 minutes, and I went, no, big time suck a duck. I like the first one that they did back in like the 2000s. That was okay. But the Fantastic Four is like one of those things that just should be so simple, but turns out to be impossible to make a good movie with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
You're kidding. All right. But boy, that last one that was horrible. Okay. Jamming through the Bad Guys 2 trailer.
Well, it's probably really cute.
Probably. The Naked Gun what? Have you heard of? Did you know they were doing this?
No, Naked Gun trailer.
August 1st, Naked Gun.
Funny.
Liam Neeson.
Oh my God, he's still alive.
Liam Neeson. Okay, folks, if you remember the Naked Gun, this was actually with Leslie. What was his name?
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen.
He was
Funny
cool.
movie. Never mind Leslie Nielsen in real life was a real a-hole. But I loved him in Airplane as a doctor. But a new thing on the Naked Gun. Lonely. Originally played by Leslie Nielsen, the classic comedy, TV comedy
Okay,
Police Squad.
He's not alive anymore.
Leslie Nielsen's been gone for a while.
Yeah, I was like, I thought he was gone.
Yeah, oh yeah. A trio of Naked Gun films from the late 1980s to the mid 1990s. The man attempts to fill Nielsen's shoes in the role, none other than Liam Neeson. All right, that's got my interest. Liam Neeson doing this.
Jeez, that's hilarious. Oh my God.
Okay, I might have to check this out. I am just jam curious. We're not going to play the trailer. I'm going to watch it after the show.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish off the summer. Freaky Friday teaser trailer. Interested?
You know what? No. But there's
Nah.
oh yeah, there's a timer. Yeah. Gotta hurry through. I know Lindsay Lohan needed a job and so did Jamie Lee Curtis.
Apparently. Jamming through Weapons. Pedro Pascal? Really? Won't worry about too much of it. Nobody 2. Yeah, nobody's going to read it right now either. Caught Stealing. Don't Steal. The Toxic Avenger. Peter Dinklage? Really? Elijah Wood, Kevin Bacon. That's got an interesting cast.
What,
The
so
Roses. Huh?
so Toxic Avenger, Peter Dinklage is the main character. That's weird.
Stars in the reboot of the classic dark superhero comedy as a lowly janitor who falls into a vat of toxic waste that transforms him into a disfigured mutant and decides to use his power for good. The film premiered way back in 23 at the Fantastic Fest, but is finally getting a proper theatrical release. Peter Dinklage, Elijah Wood, and Kevin Bacon. That's an interesting cast. I don't know. Finish off the summer. Movies that were released in September usually stink. The Conjuring.
Yeah, no, we don't need to worry about those. We're like
No.
also 3 minutes and change over, so we need to.
Yeah. Downton Abbey, some people don't like it. Spinal Tap might like it. But folks, let's end this. So, yeah, summer movies.
I know there's lots of movies to see.
We like a few of them. But, yeah. So when we do this, let us folks know as we end this, if you need any more further medical advice or medical advice and Disney. Otherwise, we might bring this back because that was kind of fun.
That was
Thank you. It was a fun show, Savannah and James. Have a great weekend, y'all. Thank you, Carol Ann.
Oh, Caroline said that she thought that the Lilo and Stitch movie ended well. So you know what? I mean, I'm gonna go watch it anyway, but I do feel that it's kind of like, from what I've heard, that kind of makes me mad. But we'll see.
Maya says she still has to watch the last 2 Train Your Dragon movies. I'm interested in some of those mentioned. Yeah. Well, definitely we go look at. So, folks, this has been this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. We'll be giving you an extra 4 minutes since we want to rerun. And we're going to keep next week's show a secret because Savannah and I have to pick one of the few topics we've been talking about for next week. We haven't had that conversation yet. All right. So let me cue it up and y'all get ready to dance to it. I'm bringing it up. Video file. Going over here. Savannah, you ready to dance?
Yes.
Okay. I have to find it. Okay, here we go. Here we go, folks. The Dr. Robo is the time. Dance. Get rid of your depression. It's a bit late for the zombie. I have to kill the zombie. Go, zombie, go. Go away. Aw, ain't he cute?
Just get rid of that guy at the end. He sucks.
You know what? You are a meanie, mean person, And no, you're not going
Need
to
to get
bully
rid-
your way through this show
We just need
anymore.
to get rid of that ending part because that's just like garbage.
Really?
No one even likes it anyway.
No, you don't like it anyway.
People don't like it. They send me messages and they tell me they don't like it.
What, you message yourself?
No, I get messages from our audience. They tell me. They don't want to tell you because you like it so much.
What, one person? Okay. You know what? You, I think are being a fibber.
I don't think so.
I think so.
They just don't want to tell you, because you love it so much.
You love him so much?
They don't want to tell you because you love it so much.
Really? They feel sorry for the brain damaged guy.
No, they just don't want to say. They don't want to tell you.
Yeah. How many people did you convince or give $1 to say that?
They didn't have to convince anyone.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can believe everything you hear on the internet.
I don't
And
know.
I'm hearing this on the internet.
Okay. Just
Okay. Good night.